In life, we are often swept up in the pace of fast living, quick work, quick decisions, and even a hurried approach to emotion. However, there's a truth few realize. True love is never rushed. It requires time to germinate, mutual understanding to grow, and patience to become a lasting bond. A man who approaches you may be armed with sweet words and romantic gestures, but the most important question is he willing to wait for you? This willingness to wait is the ultimate measure of genuine love. It shows he isn't merely seeking a transient moment, but wants to build a lasting journey with you. In this series, we will explore the deepest facets of love, from patience and respect to consistency and commitment. Ultimately, you'll realize that the sign of a truly serious man lies not in his words, but in how he acts, how he waits, and how he prepares for a future that includes you. Let's begin this journey to discover what a man does when he's truly waiting for you. Join us on this path to sincere love. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our insightful and inspiring sharing. The strength of patience in love. In this modern era, people have become accustomed to speed, fast food, quick money, fast fun, and an expectation of fast love. Yet, there is one thing in matters of the heart that can never be rushed: genuine connection between two people. In this regard, a man's patience for you is the most powerful testament to his sincere love. When a man is willing to wait, it means he sees you as more than a fleeting object of desire. He understands that you deserve more than a brief moment. Patience here is not simply a matter of time. It is the way he controls his own desire to align with your rhythm. It is the silent, yet crystal clear language of love. Patience is the opposite of indifference. An indifferent man doesn't care about what you need or want. A patient man, however, is present but never forceful. He accepts that love is not a race, but a journey that must be nurtured daily. We often hear that men are born with a hunting instinct. This suggests they are wired to pursue goals and seek quick results. But when a man can curb that instinct, when he refrains from pressuring or rushing, choosing instead to walk at your pace, it proves you hold a special place in his heart. This is not mere attraction, but respect. Patience also demonstrates a man's ability to place you at the center of the relationship. If he were only concerned with himself, he would constantly urge and want everything to happen on his terms. But if he truly values you, he allows the relationship to develop naturally, ensuring you feel safe and secure. This not only gives you comfort, but also provides a solid foundation for love. Consider this: a hurried man often leaves you feeling anxious, confused, and drained. A patient man, by contrast, instills a sense of reassurance, trust, and peace. Carl Jung himself spoke about the importance of integrating different aspects of the psyche for wholeness, and in love, a man's patience is the integration of his desire with your comfort. He is like a stable shoulder, giving you the time to open up without feeling pressured. Patience in love is a quiet form of sacrifice. It says, "I am willing to wait because your value is greater than any rush." And when a man can be patient with you, it is a clear sign that he wants not just a passing moment, but a long, enduring journey together. Patience versus pressure, the two extremes in love. In any relationship, the most telling aspect is how a man treats you when he truly cares. There is a clear line separating two extremes: patience and pressure. These are like two flames. One can warm you, while the other can easily burn everything down. Pressure often stems from a self-centered ego. When a man only thinks of himself, he wants you to meet his desires as quickly as possible. He pushes, demands, and, if unmet, easily becomes irritated or resentful. Pressure in love is an invisible rope, tying you down with fatigue. It makes you constantly question, am I good enough? Am I disappointing him? Slowly, you lose your confidence and inherent freedom. Patience, however, carries an entirely different energy. The patient man does not rush or push. He chooses to listen and accompany you. He knows that for a flower to blossom, it needs time and care, not force. Patience is like a gentle hand, allowing you to open up naturally when you are truly ready. A patient man will make you feel respected. He understands that love isn't solely about one person's needs, but the harmony of both. When he waits, it's not because he has no other options, but because he has chosen you and believes your value is worth the wait. Imagine two scenarios. One man constantly texts, calls, and demands an immediate reply. If you don't, he gets sulky or accusatory. That is pressure. It makes you feel indebted, constantly trying to appease him. The other man is equally attentive and caring, but if you're busy, he gently accepts it. If you're not ready for a greater commitment, he remains, without complaint or blame. That is patience. It makes you feel safe, secure, and gradually more willing to open up. The crucial difference is that pressure is focused on him, while patience is focused on you. Pressure says, "I want what I want, now." Patience whispers, "I want you to feel happy, safe, and ready." This very difference leads to two opposite outcomes. A relationship built on pressure will soon feel heavy and is easily broken. A relationship nourished by patience offers a sense of peace, allowing you to trust that the man truly values you for who you are, rather than just what he wants to achieve. A man's patience is not just silent waiting. It is clear proof that he prioritizes your feelings and comfort. And that is the solid foundation for a long-term journey of love, not just a fleeting moment. Respect and true value in love. One of the most important indicators of a truly serious man is the way he respects you. Respect here is not just sweet talk. It's demonstrated through his actions, his attitude, and his willingness to adjust his own rhythm to match yours. And within that respect, you will clearly see your true value. Cherished, men are inherently driven by a hunting instinct. They are accustomed to pursuing goals, achieving results, conquering, and winning. But when faced with a woman they truly value, that instinct is moderated. Instead of rushing forward, they choose to slow down, listen, and are willing to wait. This proves that they are not just captivated by external appearance or temporary emotion, but they treasure the value deep within you. A man who respects you will not turn you into a trophy to prove his attractiveness or prowess. Instead, he sees you as someone worthy of love and a long-term partnership. Therefore, he is patient, giving you time to open your heart, allowing the affection to blossom naturally, without coercion or pressure. Respect is also evident in his willingness to listen to your voice. When you say you need more time, he doesn't get annoyed or blame you. When you want distance to think, he doesn't take it as rejection. Instead, he understands that everyone has their own rhythm and need for space. And if he truly values you, he will respect that. Notice that a man who values your true self will always try to make you feel safe. He doesn't turn love into pressure, but into a place you can lean on. In every small gesture, you will feel his care and self-restraint, a quality not everyone possesses. Conversely, a man who doesn't respect you will easily make you feel dismissed. He may only think of his own feelings, only focused on satisfying his own needs. He won't care if you're comfortable, as long as he gets what he wants. This is the clear difference between a man with superficial interest and one who truly sees you as a significant value in his life. When a man can restrain his hunting instinct and replace it with respect, you can be sure that in his heart, you are not a passing fling. He sees you as a vital part of his future, someone worth investing his time, effort, and patience in. Mutual respect and appreciation of each other's value are the sustainable foundations for any relationship. True love is not about conquest. It is about companionship. And when a man is ready to place you in a position of importance, patiently wait and respect your every decision. That's when you know he has made you an indispensable part of his life. Everyday manifestations of patience. A man's patience doesn't always show up in grand promises. It's often seen in the small, ordinary things in daily life. It is these details that are the clearest measure of how much he truly values you. Firstly, look at how he maintains contact. A patient man will call or text regularly to check in. But if you're busy or can't reply immediately, he doesn't use it as a reason for sulking. He understands that everyone has their own work, responsibilities, and private life. Your temporary silence doesn't shake him because he trusts you and the relationship. This shows he cares without controlling and loves without possessing. Another manifestation of patience is how he behaves when you are not ready for a deeper commitment. Many impulsive men will show disappointment or use words to apply pressure. But a patient man is different. He may invite you out, wanting more time together. But if you need space or want to keep the pace slow, he respects it. He doesn't blame, use silence as punishment, or make you feel guilty. Patience is also evident in how he never turns the relationship into a battle of egos. This man doesn't tally up how much he's done for you and what you owe him. On the contrary, he does everything willingly because he wants the relationship to be built naturally and firmly. You won't hear phrases like, "I did this for you, so you must ... double quotes, because that's not love. It's bargaining ... Furthermore, patience is reflected in his consistency. In times when you are vulnerable and need to share, he is ready to listen without judgment. In times when you are successful or busy, he remains steadily present instead of disappearing because he's no longer the focus of attention. His attitude doesn't fluctuate with fleeting emotions. He maintains stability, making you feel secure. Pay attention to the small details. A patient man can wait a few extra minutes while you get ready for a date without grumbling. He can sit in silence with you when you don't feel like talking, simply being there. He's willing to take a step back when you need space, but still ensures you know he'll be there when you need him. This is not weakness. It is the strength of maturity and respect. All these small actions are vivid proof that he doesn't just want to conquer you in a moment. He wants to connect with you through endurance, wanting the relationship to evolve organically rather than being forced. And it is in these simple, daily occurrences that you will recognize the man who is truly serious, as opposed to the one who sees love as a fleeting experiment. Preparation and long-term investment. A truly patient man doesn't just sit in silence waiting for you. His waiting is always accompanied by preparation and long-term investment. Because if he only says, "I'll wait," without concrete actions, it's just an empty promise. A serious man will show you that he's building a solid foundation, so that when you are ready, the two of you can move forward together. The first form of preparation is clearly seen in how he reorders his time and personal life. A man accustomed to a packed schedule of friends, hobbies, or entertainment begins to carve out specific time slots for you. He doesn't demand you immediately step into that time, but the very act of actively creating space for you shows a real investment. This is like cleaning a room not for display, but to welcome you when you feel comfortable. The next preparation lies in how he cuts out unnecessary things, perhaps unhealthy relationships, bad habits, or distracting pursuits. He understands that to build a serious relationship, he needs to be stable and ready. When you notice him becoming more disciplined, focusing on his work, future, and health, it's not just for him, it's to become a solid support system for you later on. Another important manifestation is how he speaks about the future. A man preparing for you won't just stick to surface conversations about what to eat tomorrow or where to go this weekend. Instead, he gradually talks about long-term plans, and your presence is always factored in. He asks you about your dreams, goals, and what you want to achieve in the next 5 or 10 years. Not to control, but to find a way to harmonize his path with yours. This preparation demonstrates a long-term vision and a desire to go further with you. In addition, preparation is also shown by how he opens the door of his life for you to enter. He introduces you to close friends, family, or important people in his life. Not to pressure you, but to show you that you are not an outsider. You already have a place in his world. This is a step that affirms he sees you not as a temporary phase, but as a long-term part of his life. Most importantly, this preparation and long-term investment are not accompanied by any urging. He never says, "I've arranged everything, so you have to respond now." Instead, he patiently allows you the freedom to choose your own time. To step into that space, he quietly proves through action that he is ready. A man like this shows that his love is not impulsive, but a responsible, visionary calculation. He doesn't want fleeting love, but a firm future. And this silent preparation is the strongest proof of a sincere, long-lasting affection. Consistency, the gauge of seriousness. One of the strongest signs to recognize whether a man is truly serious about you is the consistency in his actions and words. Anyone can appear attentive in the initial stages when emotions are fresh, but to maintain that interest steadily over time, especially during difficult moments, only those with a genuine intention for a long-term bond can do it. A man lacking consistency is often easy to spot. Initially, he might text and call constantly, send gifts, and go on dates, making you feel like the only one. But once the novelty fades, he gradually becomes indifferent, less attentive, or only appears when it suits him or when he has a need. That is not true love. It is merely passing interest. In contrast, the consistent man doesn't need to demonstrate his feelings with loud actions or grand gifts. He proves it with small gestures, repeated over time, enough to make you feel secure. For example, if he says he will call you in the evening, he will call at that time, even if it's just to wish you good night. If he promises to pick you up, despite rain or being busy, he will find a way to keep his word. These seemingly small details are the foundation upon which you can trust that he can be a solid support system. Consistency does not mean he's perfect and never makes mistakes. Everyone gets tired, busy, or faces difficulties. But the difference is that even when he slips up, he returns to fix things. He doesn't disappear. He doesn't use the excuse, "I'm busy," to negate his care, but finds a way to balance things so you don't feel abandoned. This is a sign of responsibility and maturity. More importantly, consistency allows him to build your trust. Trust doesn't come from grand actions, but from regular habits. A man who is hot and cold will leave you in a constant state of uncertainty, forcing you to guess how he will treat you today. A consistent man prevents you from having to guess, because you know he will always be present in the same reliable way. Consider this: if he only cares when everything is going well, that's interest. But if he remains by your side, still patient through your difficulties, disagreements, or when the initial passion has faded, that is seriousness. Consistency is clear proof that he doesn't just want a moment. He wants to build a long journey. Consistency also reflects a man's true character, because fakery can be hidden for a short time, but no one can pretend forever. If he says he values you, you will see it repeated in his daily actions. If he says he wants a future with you, he will live in a way that proves it. And if he says you are important, you'll feel it every day. Therefore, observe his consistency instead of just listening to his words. Because consistency never lies, it is the clearest gauge of whether he is truly serious and sees you as a long-term part of his life. Respecting your time and pace. In love, not everyone shares the same rhythm. Some open up easily from the start, while others need more time to feel, to trust, and to make decisions. Therefore, one of the most important signs to know a man is truly serious about you is his respect for your time and pace. A hurried man will often try to pressure you to move faster than you want. He might rush you into commitment, intimacy, or pose conditional questions. You have to decide now. If you don't agree, we stop. That is a calculating kind of love, lacking in understanding. When placed in such a situation, you feel pressured, confused, and may even doubt your own feelings. Conversely, a man who respects your pace will never use time as a weapon to apply pressure. He understands that every important decision requires thoughtfulness and inner peace. Therefore, he doesn't urge you into a commitment before you're ready, nor does he get upset when you want to slow down. He chooses to step back a little to give you space to think, but remains present so you know you are not alone. This respect is the proof of a mature love. True love is not a race to finish first, but a journey that both travel together. A hurried man only wants immediate gratification, but a man who respects your pace cares about a sustainable future. He understands that a relationship built too quickly may lack foundation and is easily broken. A slow, steady relationship, however, creates stability and a lasting bond. You will recognize this respect through many small actions. For example, if you are not ready to advance in the relationship, he doesn't turn it into his disappointment or your burden. Instead, he continues to show care, providing you with a sense of security, allowing you to open up gradually on your own terms. Or if you need more time to focus on studies, work, or family, he is willing to wait. And at the same time, he doesn't make you feel guilty for prioritizing those things over him. Most importantly, this respect does not come with a grudging attitude. He doesn't sigh, complain, or use subtle remarks to make you rush your decision. Instead, he accepts that love is a process. He believes that when you are truly ready, the affection will naturally progress. And this belief shows he is thinking of the mutual benefits, not just focused on his personal desires. The man who respects your time and pace also shows that he believes in his own value. He's not worried that waiting will cause you to leave, because he trusts that what he brings to the table is valuable enough for you to recognize over time. That is self-confidence, steadfastness, and a form of maturity that not everyone possesses. Therefore, if you find a man who is always patient by your side, not pushing or pressuring, but quietly creating comfort and the freedom to choose, understand that he is truly respecting you. And this respect is the firm foundation for love to grow sustainably, instead of fading away like a gust of wind. Commitment, the final sign of true waiting. Love may begin with a spark, interest, or a first look, but to reach a lasting bond, that love must overcome challenges, quiet periods, and moments where the initial intensity has faded. And at this stage, the most important thing to recognize if a man is truly serious about you is commitment. Commitment is vastly different from fleeting interest. Interest can come from an impulse, a brief infatuation. Today, he might say he misses you and wants to see you, but tomorrow he might disappear without a reason. Superficial. Interest is like a bright but quick burning flame. Commitment is different. It is a slow, enduring ember, not too loud, but enough to warm you throughout the long journey. When a man is willing to wait, that waiting is not a result of idleness or reluctance. It is proof that he has placed you in an important position, one worthy of his investment of time, effort, and emotion. He is not afraid of the long road, nor of the test of time, because he believes that true love requires patience and sacrifice. Commitment is best expressed in how he treats you while he waits. A committed man will not use the waiting to apply pressure, such as, "I've waited for you so long, you have to do something for me." Instead, he continues to care, love, and accompany you, and all of it comes willingly. He understands that sincere love cannot be tied to coercion, but can only grow from freedom and mutual respect. Another important point is that commitment does not vanish when faced with difficulty. A man with only passing interest will easily abandon you when things are no longer smooth. But a committed man will persevere to find a solution and will still be there, even in your toughest times. Commitment means, no matter what, I'm here, not just I'm here when everything is easy. Commitment is also shown by his willingness to sacrifice personal benefit to preserve the relationship. He might cut back on social outings, reduce some hobbies, or change a few unsuitable habits, all to make the love more stable. This sacrifice is not forced. It is because he willingly places your happiness and the relationship above his own comfort. Finally, commitment is the silent affirmation that, "I didn't just come for a moment, I came to walk with you all the way." It is not loud or showy, but you will feel it through his persistence, his respect for you, and his refusal to give up, no matter how long he has to wait. A man can say many sweet words, but only commitment proves that his love for you is real. And when you see a man who is patient, consistent, respects your time, and ultimately commits to accompanying you, that is the man, worthy of your trust and your heart. True love is not found in empty promises or fleeting urgency. It is proven through patience, respect, consistency, and commitment. When a man is willing to wait for you without pressuring and quietly prepares for a future, that is the clearest sign that he is serious. And when love is nurtured with such maturity, it will not just be a passing emotion, but a lasting journey for both of you. If these insights resonate with you, don't forget to like, share this with the women you care about, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next content. Let's spread the message that a worthy man is one who knows how to be truly patient and committed. See you in the next video.